Ladies and gentlemen, we are Hip Hop Fundamentals. My name is Steve. I'm co-owner. I go by the name B-Boy Steve Believe. Can everybody say, "What's up, Steve?"
What's up, Steve?
My name is Aaron, education director of the company. But everybody calls me Professor Peabody. Everybody say, "What up, Peabody?"
What up, Peabody?
And my name is Mark. I'm the other co-owner of Hip Hop Fundamentals, but everybody calls me Metal. So Bermuda, everybody say, "What's up, Metal?"
What's up, Metal?
All right, I like the energy that's going right now. So we need to find that beat. Look, follow Steve and everybody clap your hands. We need that energy. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it up.
Watch me now, feel the groove, and there's something gonna make you move. Day or night, black or white, dance the same. You gotta do your thing, you gotta do your thing.
Give it up, Bermuda. Give it up for our dancers. So based in Philadelphia, we are breakdancers
B-boys, man.
who use a dynamic art form of hip-hop and breakdance
Breaking, man.
as a method to teach academic content and social issues.
For over a decade, we've taught primarily elementary school students and
Also middle and high school.
bridging youth culture and academics to create lifelong learners.
So we use dance, music, theater, interactive lecture, and audience participation to educate and empower people of all ages.
Hip means to know. It's a form of intelligence.
To be hip means to be up to date and relevant.
Hop is a form of movement.
You can't just observe a hop, you gotta hop up and do it.
Fundamental, a central or primary rule or principle on which something is based.
We are Hip Hop Fundamentals.
Ain't it funky? Ha! Ain't it funky? Ain't it funky? Ain't it funky? Let's go.
All right, class, today we're continuing our lesson. Mark, you need to sit down, get out your pencils. Continue our lesson on how a liquid becomes a solid. You want to write the objective down in your notebooks. Steve, I am not going to tell you again. Sit down and write this down. It's partly about movement. The movement of molecules. Mark, this is unacceptable behavior in a classroom.
I'm doing nothing.
I am the teacher, you are the student. You need to sit down and listen to me. Unfortunately, this scene is all too familiar. We at Hip Hop Fundamentals have come to understand, and research suggests, that young people learn best when they participate, when content is both engaging and personally meaningful, when they are challenged in a supportive community, when they are empowered to work interactively with their teachers and with the content itself, when out of that dialogue, they are able to construct lasting, meaningful understanding. And yet, in classrooms all over the world, we don't see that. We see teachers at the front of the class, writing on the blackboard, talking at students, with plenty of rote memorization and standardized testing that does not care about who students are or what they think. This traditional style of teaching is actually a method that alienates most learners. It is a mistake to think that students are failing school when the opposite is in fact true. Our schools are failing our students. It does not have to be this way. Imagine if education were more of a conversation. All right, class, we're continuing our lesson on how a liquid becomes a solid. Steve, would you just sit down?
What are you doing?
I'm doing what you were doing.
No, you were not.
I was dancing, and you were dancing in my class. No difference.
The difference is, we look good.
That's right.
All right, then show me how to look good.
You want to learn this? All right, watch. You have to be tough,
I'm tough.
right? Top rock.
Okay.
Yeah. Forward.
Whoa, that looks pretty complicated. Will you teach me how to do that?
What, this?
What do you call that? Footwork?
Footwork, man.
Footwork.
All right, watch. Here we go.
Okay.
Easy stuff.
Keep in mind that I'm older than you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1,
Whoa, okay.
2, 3.
Whew. That's tough. What was that last thing you just did, Steve?
Freeze.
A freeze. Why do you call it a freeze?
Because you spin around and then you stop.
Come to a stop, right? How does your body feel when it's in a freeze?
Strong.
Strong, solid, right?
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
Thank you.
That's exactly what we're talking about in physics today.
Huh?
You all know this physics. You just showed me you do.
What? I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, you just showed it to me. In fact, Steve,
that's right.
will you do that again? You do your footwork?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So when you come down doing your footwork, you're moving around, you're real fluid like a liquid. You come into a freeze, and you stop like a solid. In fact, class, Mark and Steve just showed me a really interesting connection between physics and hip-hop. Will you all teach the class what you just showed me?
All right, so we know this looks like an ideal situation. And of course, in many ways it is. But this is the reality of what we do all the time. We have found that hip-hop can be a transformative teaching tool, especially for grades kindergarten through 8th. Because hip-hop allows you to start a cooperative learning conversation. So we had hip-hop fundamentals. We use breaking not as like a hook to catch students' attention, but as a method to teach real content and deep understanding.
Now, as Steve and Mark have already said, we work mostly with elementary school students. One of our shows focuses on teaching basic physics, and we thought that we would teach you all some physics using breaking right now. We thought about teaching you something, something simple, something like gravity. Ready?
What's up, man?
And then we thought about teaching you something be a little more complicated, being the TED community. Something like quantum entanglement, which is the idea that when two particles become entangled on the quantum level, no matter how far apart you separate them, whatever you do to one particle happens to the other. Then we decided, why not teach something complicated, but also something we might actually teach to elementary school students? An equation everyone knows, but very few people actually understand. In fact, it's the most famous physics equation of all.
E
Equals.
MC squared.
So what does that really mean? Well, let's break it down. First, you got your E. That stands for energy, the ability to do work.
All right.
Equals mass, m, multiplied by c squared. Now, c squared is actually just a number.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, it's a very large number.
Whoa.
C squared is the speed of light, which is the time it takes the photons from metal's flashlight to smash Steve in the face multiplied by itself. Now that number is actually 300,000 kilometers multiplied by itself. So what does Einstein's equation actually mean? Well, E equals mc squared tells us that energy and mass are really just different forms of the same thing. They're therefore interchangeable. Energy is just mass that has been sped up really quickly. And on the flip side, if you take a whole lot of energy and you squeeze it into a tiny space, the way they do every day in particle accelerators, new mass springs into existence.
All right, Bermuda. Give it up for him. Give it up. Give it up. My man's all that. So, we're going to need right now, we need everybody in the room's energy. We need everybody to participate. We're going to treat this room like a giant particle accelerator. So, repeat after me. When I say hip, you say hop. Hip, hop, hip, hop. When I say hip hop, you say and you don't stop. Hip hop, and you don't stop. Hip hop, and you don't stop. Now, when I say clap your hands, I want to hear you clap your hands 3 times. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet 3 times. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it up. We need more energy. Come on. Clap your hands. And stomp your feet. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. We did it! Give yourselves a hand. Give our dancers a hand. We took all of our energy working in this space together to make some pretty cool stuff, just like Einstein's equation told us we could. But let's take a look at what else we were able to do. As teachers, we used chunking of information, a variety of media, multiple means of action and expression, performance strategies, engaging direct instruction, teacher modeling, and learner participation in order to teach something rather complicated in an accessible way. But here's the key to all of that. We couldn't have taught you without you. This lesson only works if students actively participate.
So, like we said before, we do this with young people all the time. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter what the subject is. I mean, we teach everything from like the principles of hip hop to anti-bullying, or from physics to the history of the American Civil Rights Movement. The power of what we do, and this is true for any good educator, it's not what you teach, but how you teach it. So we do this with students who are often stuck in a system that fails to engage them. In fact, they're bored out of their minds.
Which is crazy, because what we know and what countless research studies show is that participatory education works to engage and educate young people.
So check it out. If you look at PET scan research, dance is one of the only activities that engages your entire brain. In fact, dance uses multiple brain intelligences simultaneously. So you got rational, kinesthetic, musical, and emotional. So imagine coupling all of that neural activity with knowledge, or concepts, or understanding.
Hip-hop transforms lives. This culture, which was created by young people, is now being used in a handful of institutions, after-school programs, high schools, even on college campuses, as an educational tool. In my own city of Philadelphia, CMAC's Hip Hop Heritage Program uses the 4 elements of hip-hop to teach high schoolers. In Washington, D.C., our nation's capital,
Words, Beats, and Life. In New York City, Beat, Bridging Education and Art Together. But this is only a small, select number of institutions. The power of hip-hop is evident, but we're not using it nearly enough. We can do better.
You know, perhaps Einstein, the guy who gave us E equals MC squared, said it best. Everyone is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid.
Now, you might be surprised to know, but I am not a breakdancer.
Yeah, we know.
Most of the time, I'm a teacher. I'm currently working with 7th grade students in Southwest Philadelphia and completing a master's program at Temple University. Hip-hop has made me a better teacher. And I am not an artist. I am not a practitioner of this culture, but I do use it all the time in my classroom. I have found that hip-hop is a powerful way to connect my students' personal lives with the content that I teach. So now, when I'm doing lesson planning, I often turn to my students to help direct my instruction and their own learning. So clearly, hip-hop has been a powerful influence in our lives. But you know what? You shouldn't take it from us.
What's up, everybody? It's B-Boy Breeze, repping KRS Crew, Philadelphia.
B-Boy DK coming at you, KRS and Reptiles Crew.
B-Boy Native, here 215, KRS Crew.
And we are
Hip-Hop
Fundamentals.
Hip-hop has broadened my diversity of, different cultures, and it has positively affected my lives and my friends' lives.
I got introduced to hip-hop when I was like 12, 13 years old. Before that, I was messing around on the streets every day, hanging out with gangs and stuff. My dad was always pushing towards school and doing good, and I wasn't all about that. But then Metal, Ruckus, and Loud, they were having a free breakdance class. They taught me how to break, and I fell in love with it like the first day. That gave me something to do, It kept me out of the streets. If it weren't for hip-hop, I wouldn't be alive today,
In my life, I had a lot of ups and downs. Being homeless, having a house, going to class, not caring about class, not learning about anything. I strongly believe that breaking has played a role in academics. Learning breaking helped me start attacking things in a certain different manner. Like the way I think now from breaking and hip-hop in general has helped me, cultivate. Hip-hop really, you could say, brought me back to life.
When I got introduced to breakdancing, that really took the eyelids off my face. You know what I mean? It really changed my type of person, changed my heart. No matter what skin color we still got a mentality that, all right, we're human beings. We really want to do something. We want to make something productive. And this dance, it just really brought me closer to education, because it's without education, where are you going to be? It makes us realize that, this life is too short to waste it.
We are hip-hop fundamentals.
So, those 3 young gentlemen you saw are company members of ours, and they're also currently enrolled in university in Philadelphia for their first year. So, yes, give it up for them.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Well done. Now, there's a gentleman in hip-hop's history who has always cared about people, especially young people. The godfather of hip-hop, Africa Bambaataa. And we honor him, his work, and his legacy by remembering and using his definition of the word hip-hop, which he defined as peace, love, unity, and having fun. So come on, y'all, say it with me now. Peace. Come on, put some bass in the voice. Peace, love, unity, and having fun.
Those are the fundamentals of hip-hop.
Let's make them the fundamentals of education.
We are Hip Hop Fundamentals.